Today was an interesting day at the shop. Somebody brought in a computer for diagnosis because it wasn't booting up, and within a couple of minutes I find out that it's bad sectors in the hard drive, and then the hard drive starts clicking. So I call her back and I tell her it would be 130 plus tax to fix. That's including the hard drive being replaced, us putting an operating system on it so it works, and installation into the computer and testing that everything works. And I get a call back, and she asks a couple of questions about the repair and the drive, and then she goes, "Okay, I'm just going to see what that part costs first. I'll call you back." And I could tell just from the vocal tone, and also the fact that she asked for my name 2 times over the course of the phone call, that this is going nowhere good. The first is that when people ask for your name, it's for one of 3 reasons. The first is that they love you so much, they only want to deal with you. The second is that they are a debt collector. And the third is that they hate you so much that they want to ask for you and tell everybody that they deal with. I was talking to this person who was so rude when they leave that miserable review, or they actually tried to charge me money to fix my computer, whatever it is. And from the tone of voice and what she said, I figured this is going to be number 3. And I wasn't that wrong. I get a call back a couple of minutes later saying, well, I found this drive on Amazon for $55. Wow, okay. And my reply is, really? I could get the thing for $45, $50. I think you're kind of getting ripped off. And $55 is not a rip-off for a drive. And what happened after this was hilarious. It was like, like, she wasn't really mad. She was just incredibly shocked. You could hear the jaw drop over the phone. It's really amazing when you can actually tell what the person is doing on the other end of the phone just from the noises that they're making. And it was really fun. Again, I wouldn't usually tell somebody that that's wow, that part cost is a rip-off. It should be even less than that when they're telling me what the part cost is for a service. I'm doing it here because I kind of want to fuck with her. Because what she's doing is trying to use the part cost as a leverage for me to lower my price. And this works with a lot of technicians because a lot of technicians do the opposite. They use the part cost as leverage to keep their price high, whereas the customer uses the part cost as a way to leverage their prices down. So this used to be great 5 or 6 years ago for dishonest technicians, because they could say, this screen is going to cost $400 to replace because it's a really expensive part. I work with somebody who used to work at a place where he was charging $275 all day to replace a screen that was $36 to $43. And it wasn't a hard one. I mean, this is something that I can have him on camera doing in 90 seconds or less and do it right. So it was pretty cool that he was able to do this. And the way he was able to do this is by saying, well, dude, this is an expensive part, and you're probably going to mess it up if you do it on your own. Now, 5 or 6 years ago, you could really get away with that. You go to Best Buy, you want a 42-inch LCD TV, it's over $3,000. Now, 2013, you go to Best Buy on Black Friday, you can buy a 50-inch widescreen TV for $250. So when the customer is told that it's going to be that much to repair this little 14-inch computer, they go, really? Because they know that the part is cheaper. So when they play that as a card, they go, I know that part is not that much. And the technician goes, oh my God, what am I going to do? They know what the part costs. They know that I'm trying to make money. Oh, fuck. And the technician gets caught in his lie and then lowers his price. The reason that doesn't work here is because I have a set labor rate. I have a set labor rate of approximately $75 an hour, and I figure that this is going to take a half hour to put in the computer, 40 minutes to install the OS, so I round the labor rate up to $80 and I get $130. Because I have a set labor rate, and because I'm not, piling a bunch of garbage onto this labor rate, I have nothing to be ashamed of. So when the customer says that in that kind of sarcastic bullshit tone of voice, where they're trying to get me to take a service cost and they figure out they want to negotiate this closer to this, I don't mind telling them to take this and closer to this. And that's what I was doing over the phone when I said that, really? I can get that part even cheaper. What I'm essentially saying is, really? I don't give a fuck what you think, what you can find the part for, because what I'm offering is a service. And that price is not actually going to change because you play your little bullshit, I know what the part cost card. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's not really a hard job, why are you charging real money for it? And I'd like to talk about my Thursday mornings, because Thursday is my least favorite day of the week. I hate Thursday, Because I go to check my bank account on Wednesday, and let's say I have $10,000 bucks. I'm like, yeah, I got money for all the bills I got to pay this week. I'm doing good. And then I log in on Thursday morning, and I have $6,300. I was like, what the fuck just happened here? I didn't spend any money. Did somebody rob me? It feels like somebody robbed me, but what's actually happening is all these little debits to NatPay Direct Pay, NatPay Direct Pay, NatPay taxes, NatPay payroll fees. Because believe it or not, all these people that are here, they're not here because they find me charming and funny or attractive. They're here because they get paid to do this shit. My receptionist gets paid to answer the phone every 10 seconds. The tech gets paid to fix a computer once every 20 minutes. And here is a novel concept, because the next excuse that came up was, well, I saw this on YouTube, and I think this is kind of easy. Shouldn't you lower it? Novel concept. If a bunch of people come in who find this really, really hard to do, and the next week a bunch of people come in who find it really, really easy to do, I actually have to pay them the same amount of money. See, I can't lower that little NatPay debit that happens every Thursday morning where I lose almost all the money in my bank account, because they're not going to take that as an answer. How about I just look at the guy and go, you know what, everybody who came in this week thought that this stuff was easy. So since they thought it was easy, I'm just going to pay you $200 for the week. How's that sound? They're going to look at me and tell me to go fuck myself, and they have every right to. Just like if somebody tells me, well, if the people coming into the store are rocket scientists, or if the people coming into the store are just off the wall, just completely high, stoned people with no brain cells left, it doesn't actually affect the fact that I need to pay these people for their time. So by telling me that you think it's something that you could do from YouTube, it doesn't really affect me that much. And the second part is on expenses and comparing apples to oranges. You said you can get it off Amazon with free shipping for $55. Amazon's free shipping is SmartPost, which takes 2 to 9 days, often 9, regardless of how far you are away from the distribution center. Further, if you call up Amazon, I'm taking this from a wise-ass comment I saw a company called BrickFence post about on one of their ads, which is, if you have a problem with service and you file a chargeback, you can ask eBay to fix your computer. And this is kind of a bitter thing to say on an online ad, but it also holds some truth. If you want to compare me to Amazon, then you should call up Amazon and tell them I need my computer ready by 5:30, and see what they tell you. They're going to go, what? We can sell you this drive, and if you want, you could pay for $30 for overnight shipping. But no, they're not going to They're not going to take 50 screws out of your computer. They're not going to install an operating system. And that if you don't need that, that's totally cool. You don't need that service. But if you don't need that service, then don't come here and ask for that service, and then compare the price of that service within that time frame to ordering a drive and it showing up in 9 days, because they're different. Now, once it was obvious that I wasn't even remotely close to budging on this price because she knows what the part costs, then it goes into a little bit more ridiculous territory. She goes, well, Geek Squad is willing to fix it for free. Free! And now she's thinking, oh crap, now I gotta do it cheaper because somebody else is gonna do it for free. The reality here is I go, wow, I wish you had told me that you had an extended warranty somewhere, because if you had anybody who you're under warranty with, then I would have never told you to fix it here, because you should get it done for free from whoever you already paid for a warranty from. If Geek Squad is willing to do this because you bought an extended warranty when you bought this laptop, you need to bring it to them. And then she goes, oh no, I don't have an extended warranty. And I go, okay, did you purchase any sort of service plan from them? And she goes, no. And I go, okay, so so Best Buy just started giving out 500 gigabyte hard drives and operating system installations for free. That explains everything, because I noticed that their stock is going down, and I noticed that their retail stores are not doing as well. It must be because they're giving out free 500 gigabyte hard drives. Then nobody sent me a memo. So I tell her, oh, so you don't have a warranty. So why is it that they're willing to fix your computer for free? And she hangs up on me. And she came to pick up the computer and didn't say a fucking word. It was the funniest shit in the world, because I caught her in the most ridiculous, asinine bullshit lie. Again, if you had told me that somebody else would do it for $100, that's just bargaining. But you tell me that a retail chain is willing to fix your computer for free when you didn't even pay for a warranty or service plan to them? Dude, how demeaning is that? How fucking stupid do you take me for? Now, as I stated before, the reason that I feel okay with explaining my pricing is because I use labor-based pricing instead of market-based pricing. We get these drives for 43 or 45 wholesale cost. I use the retail cost of 55 to 60, and I add on our labor rate of 75 an hour and round it to about an hour. So this comes out to 130. And I can easily explain this. I can say, well, this is the part cost. This is how I base my labor cost, because we have these employees in this expensive store in this expensive area that are professional, and this is the amount of time that we put into it. I really have nothing to be ashamed of, because none of this is lies. And since none of it is lies, or none of it is trumped up to make you feel like paying more, I'm happy to explain it, and I don't feel like I have to hide or lower my price because you've caught me, because the reality is you've actually caught me in nothing. Whereas, let's say we have a competitor that wants $250 for a 200 gigabyte drive. What they're doing is they're saying, well, they can't explain their labor rate, because this is not more than an hour of work. This is easy shit. They have to say, if they were to explain themselves, and I'm not saying that you have to explain yourself, but if they had to explain themselves, they would have to go, well, it would actually be profitable to do this at 130, but you're probably willing to pay more. We want to take as much as we can from everybody who walks in here, so that's why we're charging $250. I couldn't live with that, because I want to have a business that I wouldn't feel bad referring family to if they weren't getting a special deal. I don't want to be ashamed to be a customer of my own business. I don't want to get to a point where I wouldn't send myself to my business, and that's where I would be if I had those type of rates. So the entire idea here when people do that is they kind of want to catch you in something, and the reason I feel confident and cocky in saying the things that I say is because I have nothing to be caught in.